Hey, good afternoon, everyone, in Teena Marie land, all her fans. So I just wanted to give a little bit of my story of how I became a fan of Teena Marie and how I continue to be a fan over the years. So, anyways, so I basically in early 2003 when I was in 12th grade, I would always have the radio by my bed, and so I think on 96.3 FM. I heard on a Washington radio, D.C. radio station. I heard the song "Portuguese Love" on the radio on that station. Yep. So once again, that was in early 2003. When I was in 12th grade. So for about 8 months, I tried to find out who the artist of the song was, but I couldn't really remember the lyrics. I didn't really hear the lyrics too well. But eventually, I don't remember how exactly, but I was able to find out who she was during my first year in college. It was so basically during the fall, like the early fall, I was in my dorm. I did some research. Somehow I was able to find out finally who the artist of that song was, Portuguese Love. Found out it was by a lady named Teena Marie. So I read about her, and then I downloaded the Portuguese Love song on Kazaa, because I was downloading a bunch of songs on Kazaa at the time. So, yep. So I continued listening to that song basically daily over Kazaa, and then in the summer 2005, I came across the song "I'm Still in Love." I think that's one of her latest songs. So I became a fan of that. Was listening to that daily in the summer of no, not in the summer. It was actually the end of the summer, and it was September 2005. I was listening to that like every day over I think it was Morpheus or one of the other music downloading programs. And then, anyways, actually, let me backtrack. Earlier, a couple months earlier in the summer, like July 2005, my dad picked a random concert to take me to, and it happened to be the Teena Marie and Vivian Green concert. And he didn't even know that I was a fan of them at the time. He didn't even know who those two ladies were. And actually, yeah. So during the last couple of years, I had also become a fan of Vivian Green because of her song "Emotional Roller Coaster," mainly. And I had been listening to that daily during that couple of years, and then oh yeah, and then her song that came out that summer in 2005, the "Gotta Go, Gotta Leave" song. I think that's the name of it. Yeah. So, anyways, my dad didn't know I was a fan. He took me to the Teena Marie and Vivian Green concert, so I really enjoyed it. So, of course, yeah. So that concert was in July 2005, Constitution Hall in D.C. So then, so fast forward to summer of 2012, bought an I bought a greatest hits album by Teena Marie. And no, let me backtrack again. So around January, February 2012, I heard the song, the "If I Were a Bell" song, and I was listening to that on YouTube over my headphones. Became a big fan of that song. Listening to that every day. Okay, then later on in the summer, I bought that greatest hits album with had Portuguese Love on it, "If I Were a Bell," and I think became a fan of some couple of other songs on there, like the the Goodbye Mr. Gay song, I think it was. So, yeah. So I love that album, played it every day, a bunch of different songs on there that I became a fan of. Yep, then in later on, about spring 2013, I was going up the highway 95 North, and I heard this song on there. And I was like, the voice sounded really familiar. The lady singing sounded really familiar. And I was like, oh wait, that's Teena Marie. So that was in the spring of 2013. That was March 2013, I think. And it was the song "The Wild Horses." So I understand that song had come out in the 90s, but that was my first time hearing that song. Yeah, so I liked that. So Joy liked that song as well. Became a fan of that. And then later, then I started listening to the song "Ooh La La La." Yeah, definitely became a huge fan of that. Listened to that almost every day for pretty daily basis for a while. Continued to listen to it on and off in the years since then. So that was in late spring 2013. So, yep. So that's my story of my journey on the Teena Marie Highway. So, yeah, I'm just telling that to anyone who cares. So, all right. Have a great rest of your Saturday, guys. A great rest of your weekend. Bye bye.